2026 Minnesota DMV Double Endorsement Test 119 Questions and Complete Answers. Question 1. If a load is 10 feet long, it should be secured by at least blank tie-down S. Option A 1. Option B 2. Option C 3. Option D 4. The correct answer is option B 2. Explanation. On flatbed trailers and trailers without sides, cargo needs to be tied down. There should be at least one tie-down for every 10 feet of cargo. Regardless of the size of the cargo, at least 2 tie-downs must be used. Question 2. An example of required emergency equipment is Option A, a spare electrical fuse. Option B, a loud horn. Option C, a battery-operated flashlight. The correct answer is option A, a spare electrical fuse. Explanation. All commercial motor vehicles are required to be equipped with the proper emergency equipment. This may include spare electrical fuses, 3 red reflective triangles, 6 fuses or 3 liquid burning flares, and at least 1 properly charged and rated fire extinguisher. Question 3. If your vehicle is hydroplaning, you should Option A, speed up. Option B, not apply the brakes. Option C, put the vehicle in reverse. Option D, turn the steering wheel as hard as possible. The correct answer is option B, not apply the brakes. Explanation. If your vehicle begins to hydroplane, do not apply the brakes. Instead, release the accelerator and push in the clutch. This will slow down your vehicle and help it regain traction. Question 4. During an inspection, slack adjusters on SCAM brakes should not move more than Option A 1 foot. Option B 1 centimeter. Option C 1 inch. The correct answer is option C, 1 inch. Explanation. Check each slack adjuster after parking on level ground, setting wheel chocks, and disengaging the parking brake. Pull the slack adjusters to make sure they do not move more than about 1 inch from where the push rod is attached. If they move more than 1 inch, they may be out of adjustment and will need to be fixed. Question 5. During a trip, the blank should be open. Option A, rear service line shut-off valve. Option B, rear supply line shut-off valve. Option C, inner shut-off valves. The correct answer is option C, inner shut-off valves. Explanation. When starting a trip, be sure that all shut-off valves are in the open position, except for the last valves on the rear trailer. It is important that air reaches the brakes on all trailers, and that it is not able to escape from the back of the vehicle. Question 6. When traveling down a steep downgrade, Option A, the air brake should be used. Option B, shift into a lower gear, then use brakes to supplement the braking effect of the engine. Option C, the vehicle should be continually downshifted in the place of using the brakes. Option D, the vehicle should be driven on the shoulder. The correct answer is option B, shift into a lower gear, then use brakes to supplement the braking effect of the engine. Explanation. On a downgrade, the braking effect of the engine should be your primary method of controlling speed. Shift down to a lower gear before starting down the hill and save the brakes for additional slowing or stopping that may be required by road or traffic conditions. Question 7. You can confirm that a tractor protection valve is working properly by Option A, disconnecting all glad hands. Option B, opening all of the vehicle's shut-off valves. Option C, releasing air with the brake pedal and waiting for the emergency signal to activate. The correct answer is option C, releasing air with the brake pedal and waiting for the emergency signal to activate. Explanation. You should test the tractor protection valve by allowing the air supply to properly charge, turning off the engine, then releasing air from the system by pressing the brake pedal several times. The tractor protection valve should move into its emergency position when side drops to an unsafe level. Question 8. When braking with ABS, you should Option A, pump the brake pedal. Option B, brake normally. Option C, brake harder than you would with a different braking system. The correct answer is option B, brake normally. Explanation. When braking a vehicle equipped with an anti-lock braking system ABS, you should not brake any differently than you would if driving a vehicle with a different braking system. Question 9. What is a gross vehicle weight rating? Option A, the maximum weight stated by the manufacturer as the loaded weight of a single vehicle. Option B, the maximum weight that can be pulled by a single vehicle. Option C, the minimum weight that can be hauled by a single vehicle. Option D, the maximum amount that can be loaded onto a single trailer. The correct answer is option A. The maximum weight stated by the manufacturer as the loaded weight of a single vehicle. Explanation. Gross vehicle weight rating GVT is the weight specified by the manufacturer as the maximum weight of a single vehicle and its load. Question 10. You should cover cargo. Option A, to protect the cargo from thieves. Option B, to protect the cargo from weather. Option C, to prevent other drivers from looking at what is being transported. Option D, to keep the cargo a secret. The correct answer is option B, to protect the cargo from weather. Explanation. You should cover your cargo to protect people from the cargo if it spills, as well as to protect the cargo from the weather. Question 11. When driving in fog, you should. Option A, use your horn. Option B, use the low beam lights. Option C, use the high beam lights. Option D, use the heater. The correct answer is option B. Use the low beam lights. Explanation. If you must drive in fog, you should use your low beam headlights and fog lights to maximize your visibility. Using high beam lights will only make it more difficult for you to see. Question 12. An air supply control lever should be in its normal position when you are. Option A, changing a tire. Option B, applying the trailer emergency brakes. Option C, pulling a trailer. Option D, using your spring brakes. The correct answer is option C, pulling a trailer. Explanation. Tractor protection controls in older vehicles may be operated by levers instead of knobs. If an air supply control is set in its normal position, it is properly set for you to pull a trailer. Question 13. On slippery roads you should. Option A, accelerate and slow down frequently. Option B, adjust your driving to match weather conditions. Option C, tailgate other vehicles. The correct answer is option B. Adjust your driving to match weather conditions. Explanation. On a slippery road, you must adjust your driving speed to fit conditions. Because it will take longer for your vehicle to stop on a slippery road than on a dry road, you should increase your following distance when conditions are slippery. Avoid driving in a way that requires you to change speeds frequently. Question 14. A pre-trip vehicle inspection. Option A is not required if the driver regularly uses the vehicle. Option B is not required for trips under 100 miles. Option C is only to be performed by a mechanic. Option D is required by law. The correct answer is option D, is required by law. Explanation. Drivers are required by state and federal law to inspect their vehicles before beginning to drive. Question 15. Without engine oil. Option A, a vehicle will get better gas mileage. Option B, an engine can be destroyed quickly. Option C, an anti-lock braking system ABS won't work properly. The correct answer is option B. An engine can be destroyed quickly. Explanation. It is critical that an engine have sufficient oil pressure. The engine can be destroyed rapidly if run without oil. Question 16. The radiator cap. Option A should not be removed when the coolant is hot. Option B can be removed when the coolant is hot. Option C should be cooled to the touch under normal driving conditions. The correct answer is option A. Should not be removed when the coolant is hot. Explanation. Never remove the radiator cap or any part of the pressurized cooling system until it has cooled. Opening the cap while the system is too hot could release steam and boiling water that could severely burn you. If the radiator cap is cool to the touch, the system is likely cool enough for you to open the cap. Question 17. What is the minimum number of tie downs required to secure a 10-foot piece of cargo? Option A 1. Option B 2. Option C 3. The correct answer is option B 2. Explanation. On flatbed trailers and trailers without sides, cargo must be tied down. There should be at least one tie down for every 10 feet of cargo. Regardless of the size of the cargo, at least 2 tie downs must be used. Question 18. A 1-way check valve. Option A drains the water and compressor oil from the air tanks. Option B prevents air from escaping if the air compressor has a leak. Option C activates the emergency brakes when there is a leak. Option D holds the spring brakes in position until they are used. The correct answer is option B. Prevents air from escaping if the air compressor has a leak. Explanation. A one-way check valve is required to be between an air compressor and the first main reservoir. This valve prevents air from escaping the system if the air compressor develops a leak. Question 19. To help your vehicle be seen by others. Option A. Headlights should be clean. Option B. Headlights should be turned off during the day. Option C. Headlights should be covered with grease. Option D. Headlights should only be used in the rain. The correct answer is option A. Headlights should be clean. Explanation. When driving at night, it is important that your lights be clean so that they provide as much light as possible. This will help others to see your vehicle.